Hello and thank you for joining me today. Well, this is the Tuesday, December 24th edition of our video devotionals. Thank you so much for joining us today. And yes, it is Christmas Eve. Isn't it wonderful? This is a date and a Christmas day that we anticipate all year long, and here it is. And we hope you're having a great Christmas Eve. And of course, in most cases, like anything, it is what you make of it. Don't kind of prioritize the most important thing at the top. That's celebrating the birth of Jesus and all that means. But it can be a very busy time, sometimes stressful time. I'm sure there'll be people tonight going crazy trying to wrap up presents, get them under the tree and all of that. But at any rate, Merry Christmas Eve. We're going to be in Luke chapter 2 today, verses 17, 18, and 19. Find that if you will. This was my Sunday afternoon / evening message that I preached this past Sunday. Of course, in greatly condensed form. I think this will be a help to all of us today. Find that. Otherwise, thank you for watching. And we appreciate all of you. And again, we do hope you have a very, very Merry Christmas. And of course, we won't do a devotion tomorrow. We're going to let that day kind of pass. And you spend the time with family or whoever. And then we'll be back at it on the 26th. That'll be Thursday. Notice here in Luke chapter 2, verse 17, and when they had seen it, they made known abroad the saying which was told them concerning this child. So the they there are the shepherds. They went to what we call the manger scene. They see Mary and Joseph and little Jesus in swaddling clothes lying in the manger. So they go and tell people. I don't know how many, but they tell some people. All right. Notice verse 18. And all they that heard it wondered. There's one of the words we're emphasizing today. They wondered at those things which were told them by the shepherds. But notice this. But Mary kept all these things and pondered them in her heart. Two words we're zeroing in on today is the word wondered and the word pondered. Both of these, the only difference is a letter. Wondered with a W, pondered with a P. But there is a difference here, I think, in what's being said here, especially when verse 19 begins with the word but. But Mary kept all these things and pondered them in her heart. It seems like, as a rule, when it comes to the things of God, okay, especially when we are told these things, when we are given these things by somebody, a preacher, somebody, a messenger, whatever it might be. These are shepherds who are, of course, they're not theologians, they're not prophets, they're just telling people what they had experienced, and they're telling other people. But no less, they're a messenger of God because of the situation that we have here. But it's amazing that some people, you can tell them things about God, and it's just a wonder. That's all it is. Instead of you take it in and you begin to think, ponder, okay, and kind of verify things in your mind, do a little bit of research perhaps, putting things together that you've heard, allowing God to show you things. That's pondering. But the word wondered is more like when someone tells you something, there's almost to them an element of doubt. And there seems to be no work involved in trying to get to the bottom of it perhaps. And sadly, that's a lot of people. That word wonder there comes from the same Greek word that we get the word wandered there is also an English word that we get from that same word, the word marvel. In most cases, marvel means to kind of have maybe a reverence for and awe of. But Jesus in John chapter 3 uses the word marvel. I think that's more closely related here to what people that heard what the shepherds said. Jesus was telling Nicodemus, as he was talking to Nicodemus, and Nicodemus was talking to Jesus, and Jesus very quickly talked about being born again. And Jesus said to him, marvel not that I, and I'm going to try to get this as close as I can to what it actually says, but basically it's saying, marvel not that I said unto thee, you must be born again. So in other words, don't be surprised. Don't be like, well, what is this? Jesus was trying to make the point, I'm telling you something, and it is the truth. And the idea of just kind of going, well, I don't know what that's all about, or kind of just almost like an unbelief that sets in. It seems like to me that's exactly what happened when shepherds started talking about Jesus. As a matter of fact, history records nothing. The Bible tells us nothing about a whole bunch of people coming to that same manger scene and trying to find out what is going on. It just doesn't say that. And the truth is, if everybody they told you says, well, I wonder about that. Have you ever had somebody tell you something? You go, well, I wonder about that. What you're saying is, I don't know if that's true or not. And the truth is, sometimes when we hear people say it, depending on who it is and maybe what's being said, we just let it be right there. But when it comes to the things of God, it should be more like Mary. Mary pondered these things. They were down in there. She's thinking about it. Even the Old Testament word to meditate, thinking about that, putting all the things together, even allowing God to reveal to you, or asking God the wisdom of it all. So the point is, in life, if we're not careful, there's people that wonder and nothing really happens. It's just kind of, there's a thought, and either they don't want to get to the bottom of it, they don't believe there's anything to it, or it's just no effort there. But you know what we should take from this day forward from the Bible? Mary pondered those things, and they were in her heart. There they were. They wasn't just a message that came into their mind and then it just kind of escaped. Let's ponder the things of God, and that's going to make the difference, I believe, in our life, because we should do that, because it is the words of God. They are truth, and truth is something that will not only help us, it'll help everybody else. Well, here we are. We're at the end of this. This will be our last, 100% Christmas emphasis. We'll probably say a few things the rest of this week, Thursday, Friday. But the point is, I hope you have a very, very Merry Christmas. We do thank you for watching. And remember, Jesus is the reason for the season. And I pray it's safe and healthy for all of you. And thank you for watching.